every single person in the United States volunteered for an entire day without sleeping, that would amount to about 8.1 billion hours. 8.1 billion hours, that's 338 million days of service. Amazingly, that's exactly how much time volunteers in America spent giving back in 2010. Yeah, that deserves applause. And the truth is that nonprofits would be helpless without the passion, perseverance, and heart of the countless volunteers who continuously give their time and energy to the organizations that they love. Volunteers are the fuel of the nonprofit engine. Without them, the philanthropic sector simply won't go. Our presenters in this category are two of this country's ultimate volunteers. Both are veterans with distinguished records of military service, and both have continued their lives of service by venturing into the nonprofit realm. With us tonight are the co-founders of Team Rubicon, Jake Wood and William McNulty.
18 months ago, Jake and I found ourselves leading a vanguard medical team through the hardest-hit areas of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. We were called to action after witnessing the complete breakdown of government services on our television sets. We were called to action when our offers of service to big aid organizations went unanswered. Denied the opportunity to serve through conventional channels, we decided to put together a team of our own.
It started as a mission to deliver medical supplies and doctors, quickly turned into something much larger. William and I are United States Marines. Semper Fi. And on the streets of Port-au-Prince, in the immediate aftermath of the Haiti earthquake, we realized a simple truth. Natural disasters present many of the same problems that confront our troops in combat. Horrific sights, sounds, and smells compound an already chaotic situation. And the same skills cultivated for combat, risk assessment and mitigation, emergency medicine, teamwork, and decisive leadership, are invaluable in disaster zones. Today, after deployments to disasters in Haiti, Chile, Burma, Pakistan, Sudan, and our own backyard in Tuscaloosa, Joplin, and most recently with Hurricane Irene, hundreds of military veterans find a renewed sense of purpose using their skills through Team Rubicon.
We live in an age where there is no draft. Service members who join the military do so out of an altruistic desire to commit themselves to a cause larger than their own. That desire does not end with their military service. At Team Rubicon, we give them the opportunity to continue to serve, bringing immediate aid to those most in need. It's in this spirit of individual dedication to service within a larger team that we are proud to present this year's award, Volunteer of the Year, in honor of all our brothers and sisters who are serving overseas at this moment, and in recognition of the amazing service of the following nominees.
The finalists for Volunteer of the Year are Ben Morrison for Pain in the Butt, raising awareness for Crohn's disease. Candace Larson for her dedication to Mackey Elementary School. Carlo Garcia for Living Philanthropic. Chet Bressman for his work at the Nebraska Humane Society and Pet Adoption on Wheels. Debbie Cantwell for the Pink Daisy Project. Cynthia Horner for helping to launch Mercy Hospital in Sierra Leone. Jessica's Jackpots for their efforts to raise money for cancer-free kids through the Butterfly Walk. Muffy Walker for her work with the International Bipolar Foundation. Ray and Karen Stark for their work sending care packages to troops overseas. And Troy Yoakum for his 7,800-mile Hike for Heroes.
And we are honored to present Volunteer of the Year Award to our fellow veteran, Troy Yoakum.
Wow. Thank you so much to stay classy for this. I couldn't think of a better group of guys to receive this award from. It is true the Marines do lead the way, but our Army comes in and cleans up. Nearly 3 years ago, I was deployed in Iraq, and I received a very disheartening email from my good friend. He lost his job. His job laid off thousands of people, including himself. When this happened, he just sent out a plea for help. He was very depressed, very suicidal. Over the next couple of months while I was deployed in Iraq, I constantly emailed him back, telling him, hang in there, things are going to get better, don't you worry. And we managed to put on a fundraiser right in Kuwait to raise about $5,000 to help him through his financial hard times. I kept thinking, there's got to be something I can do more. So I kept thinking, I could give speeches in towns and start talking about these issues. Veterans committing suicide is a huge thing. 18 veterans a day in our nation committing suicide. And I didn't want my friend to go down that lonely path. And I decided, well, if I'm going to give these speeches, maybe people will take me seriously if I literally walk from town to town, city to city. And I started drawing this map, and it kind of grew really out of control. Finally, I got sponsored by Major League Baseball, and all of a sudden I knew that I was going to walk from baseball stadium to baseball stadium. And I told Louisville Slugger, those baseball stadiums, they're really spread out. So we decided not to walk across once, but to walk across back to back. We left Louisville, Kentucky on April 17, 2010, our home. Walked all the way to Chicago, down to St. Louis, all the way here for Veterans Day, November 11th last year. Touched the Pacific Ocean, turned in a crazy way, and made our way all the way south to San Antonio, east to New Orleans, northeast all the way up through Washington, D.C., New York City, and Boston. Turned again and walked all the way to Cleveland, Ohio, and just last week, we crossed the finish line. We crossed the finish line back in our home in Louisville, Kentucky, and then we got the news that we had raised $1.3 million. Along the way, so many volunteers came to our help. Our RV that we lived in for 10 months caught on fire on New Year's Eve. So obviously we couldn't stay in it any longer. We linked up with the charity Wish Upon a Hero Foundation, where we're granting wishes to help these military families through their financial hard times, helping them with PTSD, and letting them know that there are people out there to help them through their dark times. Suicide is not a way out. For me, these volunteers that help me need to be recognized just as much as my efforts. When we came here to California, our dog, who walked almost 3,000 miles with us, caught a disease and almost died from it. A special lady who's in the audience today, her name is Allie Clymore, helped to get the surgery that saved our dog's life. Thank you, Allie. And of course, I might have walked every step of the way, but I couldn't have done it without my wife, Marika. Every single time I needed water, she was there for me. Every single time I fell, she picked me up. And every single time I went into the hospital for kidney stones and foot infections, she was by my bedside. So thank you so much. Also like to finally dedicate this award to my grandfather, Sergeant Joseph Eugene Leake. Your death was not in vain. Thank you.